Hi there, this is Alim. Today I want to discuss about how we hire and who we're looking for. Usually you could say like we're looking for everyone because that would be the best case if we could hire everyone. Unfortunately, that is not the case because company has some budget and we have to find a team which can run automatically and which can bring the best result in the world. However, budget is something that we cannot exceed. So we have to keep this in mind. And along with that, we have to do other stuff. Usually, when we go into hiring, we try to have these four things that we are looking for. First is the learning speed. That is where we want to most focus on in hiring because in a startup or a company which actually trying to beat the latest technologies, they have to adapt to new things all the time. If you take, let's say, years to learn some skill and that skill gets outdated, then it's a very big problem. So in order to find the best of the best candidates in the world, the best thing to do is to look for the learning speed. That means how fast they can learn something. Because if they can learn something very fast, there is a very good chance that tomorrow there is a new technology, they are going to learn it also very fast. And this is where the adaptability comes into place. And the next thing that we look for in a candidate is the communication. And the last and the most important also, follow the instruction. So even during this hiring form, you will see several kinds of instructions to confuse you, to find the best talent. We don't just seek for the CV or resume that you spend time on. We seek like, what is the attention to details that you have? It is not by saying in your resume that I have attention to details, but just doing it in the form. So the form is designed to find the people who has the attention to details. So if you have this, congratulations. Hopefully you will get hired, inshallah. And we will talk and we will see future together. Okay, let's move to the next step. Now, usually in the process, we try to find the few questions and answers that a person can follow. So let's discuss about the process that we follow. And in this process, we actually ask a lot of questions. And the reason behind this, that we ask a lot of questions, that we try to check people's patience level. As I said before, the communication skill is something that we look for. Now, you can see some things that is written here, like how you present, how you follow up, how you send your status. These are part of the communication. So to go deep inside, like what is the steps that we follow, let me just go into that so that you understand it very clearly. So these are the 5 steps that we follow in order to find someone very talented. So all the people who works in the company, they followed all the 6 steps. They're very good. If they are not, then we actually have to terminate the contract eventually. We tried with less steps before, which actually resulted a failure. So this is what we do. And every one of these steps are kind of automated. And you will learn a lot. This is what I can promise. If you have not done any job before and not tried any, let's say, exams before, usually what people complains about that, give me one opportunity, I will show you what I can do. So this is kind of this opportunity. Every person who completes the form, we give them an equal opportunity, regardless of their experience level, to perform the assignment, perform these steps. That gives them a practical knowledge on how to solve the real world problems. And coming to this page is the step number 1, you could say. And submitting this form is the step number 2, and following the instructions and patience level. These all things are actually done in the step 2. So when you assume that we completed the step 1, the form submission, this is actually the step 2 has been done. And step 3 is the introduction to the assignment, where you do the mail communication and other stuff. You don't know, but implicitly we check this as well. Step 4, we go into checking your introduction part, what you do in the assignment. Completing the main part is your fifth step. Everything happens automatically. That means you do it and you submit the status. We review that, we follow up. If something you are missing or making a mistake, we try to make sure that you get into the right track. But it's also self-dependent. It's not like we're going to help you every step. We're going to just guide you, give you the little bit of instructions. It's your, let's say, part to figure out how to make it a success. Okay. So those who says, please give me a chance, this is kind of the chance that everyone has. All you have to do is follow the instructions to show like how much precise you are, how much attention to details you have, how much you can do stuff. That means it's never like dropping a resume and no one talks to you. It's never like this. If you follow the instructions, you will get the assignment, you will solve the problem. At the end of the tunnel, if everything goes right, inshallah, you are going to get hired. So this is our main goal. Now, to do that, the steps are a bit boring, I understand, but this is like we have to give the opportunity to everyone. Hope you can help us to get the success that we deserve. Now, in any company, you will see that people are talking about A-type player, B-type player. And there is a saying, a B-grade idea with an A-type player, that would be a success. But same thing, if you just do it with B-type player, that means you take B-type player and then you run an A-grade idea, it will bound to fail. So usually a company never wants to go beyond B-type player. Okay, so let's explain what the type of player means. A player means a team player, you can assume, or a person in the team who is going to operate. So A-type player means they can bring the result without any discussion. That means there is no frictions. If you give him some task, they're very reliable. If you review their task, there is very less that you can comment on very less you can give them the feedback, okay? Because they are very good. They are doing their research. They are doing everything on this step that needs to be done in order to make it a success. So this is the result part. Now, the other part is that they bring result, but they also have a very good communication behavior status. They provide the status on time, come to office in time. There are other sorts of things which is not directly to the result, but can be the soft skill, other soft skills. So this is where the ... is. And this is where the A-type player remains. They are very effective. They are like twice as good as any B-type player. So every company wants to hire the A-type player. Everyone wants to be the A-type player, by the way. And unfortunately, we have some experience with other players as well. So let's dig in deep what the B-type player means. B-type player means that they are good with the results. If they do a job, they're very reliable. You don't have any comments on this. If they do ad campaign or ad set, it's perfect. If they design a website, you cannot point a finger. They're very good. However, their behavior could be bad. Again, it can be one of the things can be bad, or multiple of the things can be bad. They do not provide the status on time. They do not come to office in time. So you get the idea. Their soft skill and other stuff is very bad, but still they bring the very good result. This is called the B-type player. They have very good respect in their mind because they are very good in the results. They do not care about anyone but themselves. They have sometimes the fearless attitude because they are very good. They do not care about anything. They think they can do everything by themselves. So even though they bring the result, they are not very good team player because of this mixture of these negatives. Okay. Now, the C-type player, they do not bring any result. That means if you give them a website or any task, you are sure, damn sure that it requires several checks, several reviews. And also, every time you give them a task, your heart will be pounding because they will mess up. They will mess up, and they can mess up pretty badly. They could say something that could like make you lose clients. So this is like C-type player. Anything that they do, you cannot trust them. If they do a SEO for a website, If they create an ad set, you will find several mistakes, not one, but several. But they are very good in communication. They are very good in behavior. They come time with the status. They come to office in time. They have other soft skills. These are very good. They're very polite. Other things are very good. But again, their job or the actual results is extremely bad. These are C grade player. D grade player, they are very bad with results. They're very bad with communication, soft skill, and you name it. They're like bad of the bad. So usually people do not want to go beyond the B grade player. There is a time frame that is given for the B grade player. Usually it is given for a week or so, or sometimes a month. For C grade player, also we can train them, but it takes time, like 2-3 months. We can also give them outline on improving their case. The D grade player, nobody wants to hire them. If you hire someone, if you are running a company in the future, if you get to see a D grade player, usually the management book, it's not what I say, it's just the management book says that you should fire them immediately. So this is kind of the player category. So every company wants to hire A grade player. We too, everyone, even if you open your business in the future, we expect you to hire only A grade player. So if you are not in one of the categories, or if you are in one of the categories, you assume, you just fill this out, and we will see in the end of the tunnel that which category you fall in, and we try to give the feedback as genuine as possible so that you can improve. Because in my life, I also got to this stage which I couldn't have been there if I didn't get the feedbacks. So the person who actually hated me most, they actually helped me the most, because they gave me the feedback which made me the person I am today. So I hope that you appreciate the feedback and try to improve. And at the end of the tunnel, we meet and you get to the hiring stage. We hope to work together. So try to assume to be the A player. Try to follow this so that we have a great friendly relationship. Thank you. Bye.